In our game Dealer's Cup, you and your fellow players immerse yourself in the ominous and dangerous world of drug dealing. The goal of your game's character is to be the first to fulfill the requirements of your cargo card, whilst you hinder your fellow players by stealing their cargo. On the run from the police and authorities, you keep losing money and cargo. Even your best friends want only the most precious part of you, namely, your cargo. This game serves as a warning of the dangers to life and limb faced by anyone entangled in this shady business. Stay away from drug trafficking. That's the purpose of our game. The winner of the game is the player who first reaches the required amounts on the cargo card. These are 1,000 kilograms Maroc, 500 kilograms Afghan, 500 kilograms Ganja, and 500 kilograms homegrown. Each player receives 1 boat, 2 deal cards, 2 red and 2 green Visa cards, 250,000 bucks. On top of that, each player receives a cargo card. On the boat, you gather all of your collected homegrown and your purchased goods. The amounts and types of goods that have to be bought, transported, and resold are listed on the deal cards. By making a sale, your buying options become cargo. Your cargo may only be listed on the cargo card once the transaction is completed. The red and green Visa cards are your admission tickets for the countries listed on the cards. The tokens are placed on the start space. One player is in charge of the bank, the king of bucks. Another player is in charge of the Visa and deal cards, the lord of cards. This player has to ensure that all players receive and discard their cards. Now you're all set to go. Beginning on the start space, you roll 2 dice at the same time. If you roll a double, you may roll the dice again. Every time you land on or pass this space, you receive a deck of cards and 25,000 bucks from the bank. The name of the first space is drinks. If you land on this space, you have to buy a round of drinks for your fellow players. You are not allowed another turn until everyone has a drink. During this time, you cannot be robbed, and you are not allowed to participate in auctions or any other transactions. You are allowed to swap your deal cards. Give the deal card that you do not need to the Lord of Cards and receive a new card in exchange. Alternatively, wait 2 rounds for your next turn. This space is followed by one of 3 harvest spaces. If you land on one of these, you may draw a harvest card. The amount of homegrown you have harvested is listed on this card. Place the card aboard your boat. It then becomes your cargo. The next space is called Shit Happens. Draw a Shit Happens card and follow the instructions. Some bring advantages, others disadvantages. Landing on the immigration space means you lose all your red Visa cards required to enter the countries in which you can make a purchase, unless you have a protection card. The space Bakshish involves a special tax. Place 20,000 bucks on the island in the center of the playing field. If you land on the space checkpoint, your deal cards will be confiscated. Unfortunately, you cannot buy them back. The space jail does not have any effect on you. You are only visiting. You may swap your deal cards, be robbed, and participate in auctions and other transactions. However, if you do end up in jail, you cannot be robbed, since everything will be lost anyway. You cannot participate in any auctions or transactions, but you may swap your deal cards. Now you have reached the side of the board where all the countries in which you can make a purchase are located. Evaluate what you want to buy, where from, and what you can buy based on your deal cards and your red Visa cards. Remember one rule: only 1 purchase per country is allowed. The further you proceed into this area, the lower the prices you can buy at are. Afterwards, you can enter another country in order to make another purchase with a corresponding Visa and deal card. Place the purchased deal card aboard your ship. It becomes your cargo. If you are in this area of the playing board and succeed in making a purchase on space number 12, you receive a bonus ticket. This gives you permission to travel to any space of your choice, except to the space Pot Island and spaces in countries and cities. Move in playing direction of the game. If you pass start, you receive a new deck of cards. 2 red Visa card, 1 green Visa card, 1 deal card, and $25,000. The space tax is located on the shopping street. If you land on this space, place $20,000 on the island. Robbery. If you land on a space which is already occupied by another player, you may rob his or her cargo. You both roll a dice. If the attacker rolls a higher number than the attacker receives the cargo of the attacked, including all purchased goods as well as the homegrown. Goods already listed are not affected. You can neither attack nor be attacked in cities and countries. You may, however, participate in all deals and transactions. Handing in your Visa and placing your token on a colored space within a city means you are now in a city or country. Attention! You always commit a robbery first. Only afterwards will you take care of the instructions on the space. Pot Island. All of the island money now belongs to you. In addition, you receive a deck of cards. No one can rob you. Save the Rainforest. Restocks the island treasure. Roll a die. The number will be multiplied by $10,000, and the entire sum is placed on the island space. If you land on the space immigration, you will lose your green Visa cards, which you need in order to enter the selling areas. Roll 1. This space is all about dexterity. Roll a large cigarette, including a filter. You are not allowed to play again until you have completed the task. You cannot be robbed and are not allowed to participate in auctions and other deals. You do have permission to swap your deal cards. If another player lands on this space, you are released and pass on your task to this player. Alternatively, wait 2 rounds for your next turn. If you land on the space, go to jail. You have to go to jail. You will lose your entire cargo and have to wait 1 round for your next turn. The next checkpoint is located directly after the jail. In case you are not protected by a shit happens card, you have to hand in your homegrown. Now it's time to sell your cargo. Sell your cargo in New York, Barcelona, Berlin, and Amsterdam. You can enter these cities with the green Visa cards. A corresponding Visa card is required in order to enter a sale city with cargo. The Visa has to be handed in upon entry. You can sell your entire cargo at once, no matter how big the load. Sales follow the same principle as purchases. However, the price increases from 1 to 12 in order to raise profits. You may only make a single sale per city, but you can sell your entire cargo. Don't forget to charge for your homegrown. The price for your homegrown is listed on the back of your cargo card, corresponding to your location and the amount. Take a note of the sum as well. You collect your money from the bank and record the amount of sold cargo in the cargo list. Only record the amount. Return your sold and recorded deal and harvest cards to the Lord of Cards. If you succeed in selling on space number 12, you receive a bonus ticket and get permission to immediately travel to a space of your choice, except to the space Pot Island and spaces in countries and cities. Let's have some fun with Dealer's Cup.